From 2015 to 2018, we witnessed one of the greatest rivalries in sports history, Cleveland versus Golden State. One team featured arguably the best player of all time, while the other had the greatest shooter we've ever seen. It all started as normal competition, but quickly turned into pure hatred. This 3-year stretch gave us a lot of iconic moments, and today we're going to revisit them. In this video, we're going to break down every single trash talking moment. You will finally get to know what these players said with as much context as possible. Let's get into it. It all started in the 2015 finals when these two teams went to head for the first time. Steph Curry had just concluded his first MVP season, averaging 24 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds per game. This was the first true test for the Warriors, while LeBron was making his second trip to the finals with Cleveland. Everyone had their eyes on these two, and their first exchange came in Game 3. The series was tied at 1 game apiece, with the game being close all throughout. However, LeBron took over with 40 points and gave Cleveland a 7-point lead with a minute left. On top of that, he gave us one of the most iconic celebrations in finals history. Still, Curry was able to cut the deficit to 5 points, leading to this interaction. LeBron decided to call for an isolation on Curry. He wanted to finish the game, but Curry didn't let up. He forced LeBron into a fadeaway miss and was off to the Jets. However, Curry didn't realize that LeBron was chasing him from behind and turned it over. The ball was loose and a foul was called on Golden State. While calling for a timeout, LeBron tried to push Curry away from him. They got tangled up for a few seconds and Curry was frustrated that a foul wasn't called. Therefore, he stared down LeBron, resulting in these two pictures being taken. Curry stepping over LeBron after a loose ball. Not much was said after this, but this was officially the start of a new rivalry. Two franchises trying to cement legacies. In Game 5, J.R. Smith received a flagrant foul on this play, while Draymond Green also got tangled up with Matthew Dellavedova. The Warriors ended up winning the game by 13 points. However, as LeBron was heading into the locker room, this happened.
LeBron, how does it feel to be a pussy-ass bitch?
Hey, watch your mouth, woman! Watch your mouth, woman! Hey! If I remember your Facebook stuff, you better hold my gun.
I did. Sorry.
LeBron's face right here says it all, and even though the Warriors ended up winning the 2015 championship, that moment sparked real hatred between the two franchises. In 2016, they ran it back and the intensity was even higher. The trash talk between the players finally began, starting in Game 1. With the third quarter winding down, Andre Iguodala was looking to make a play. Dellavedova had just turned the ball over, so he was trying to make up for it on defense. However, he decided to intentionally foul Iguodala while also swiping at his nuts. Iguodala was pissed and said, "I'll f you up, bitch." Iman Shumpert tried to calm the situation, but Iguodala wanted to make his point clear. Then he kept going at Dellavedova, and you can hear him saying, Dellavedova didn't give much of a reaction and just said, "Huh?" before walking away. Surprisingly, this was only considered a personal foul and not a flagrant. Not much was said after, and the Warriors won the next 2 games at home. Now in Game 3, tensions rose between LeBron James and Steph Curry. During a dead ball, Curry tried to go up for a dunk, but LeBron actually blocked it. He gave him a stare down, and as Curry walked away, he said, "Out of here." Maurice Spades tried to have Curry's back, but LeBron wasn't going for any of that. Cleveland ended up winning this game by 30 points. Now, if you thought things weren't already shippy, Game 4 will prove it. With 2:40 left in the fourth quarter, the Warriors were up 10 and about to take a commanding 3-1 lead. LeBron was pissed and let his frustration out on Draymond. After trying to set a screen for Curry, LeBron pushed Draymond and walked over him. Draymond swung back and exchanged some words. Then, while fighting for position, things quickly took a turn. LeBron had to be held back by teammates and told Draymond, "Don't call me no bitch. Don't call me no bitch." Draymond wasn't bothered and said, Right. However, LeBron wasn't having it. Up until this point, LeBron had never been this heated, but he still wasn't done. With 44 seconds left, he grabbed Curry's arm. No foul call was given, which led to a Curry complaint. LeBron quickly turned his head and walked over to defend himself. Curry told LeBron, "What are you saying, bro?" With LeBron responding, "You're so soft." He thought Curry should have just played through it since the game was pretty much over. The Warriors ended up winning Game 4 and taking a 3-1 lead heading into Oracle. However, here's when the controversy takes place. The league actually suspended Draymond Green for Game 5. If you didn't know, players are given flagrant foul points during the playoffs. Once you reach 4, it results in an automatic 1-game suspension. Draymond got his 4th flagrant against LeBron, and it caused a lot of controversy. In fact, Klay went at LeBron for taking trash talk so seriously.
You know, I'm just kind of shocked some guys take it so personal. It's like, you know, it's a man's league, and I've heard a lot of bad things on that court, but at the end of the day, it stays on the court. We're all competitive people. People have feelings, and people's feelings get hurt, even if they're called a bad word. I guess his feelings just got hurt.
This right here wasn't the smartest thing to say since the series was far from over. Shortly after, LeBron was asked about Klay's comments.
There's some talk about what trash talk crosses the line and what doesn't. Klay Thompson said, I guess he just got his feelings hurt. Would you discuss that whole issue of what's fair and not fair on the court?
What happened? What Klay said?
Yeah, and what crosses the line?
No, I'm not. What did you say Klay said?
Klay said, I guess he just got his feelings hurt.
Oh, my goodness.
I believe the transcript will support that.
I'm not going to comment on what Klay said because I know where it can go from this sit-in.
You can tell Klay woke LeBron up as in Game 5, he dropped 41 points and gave Cleveland a huge victory. They headed back home for Game 6 where things got really intense. Cleveland had the momentum all game and LeBron was fired up. He was going at Curry, and after his infamous block, he said this. Curry just responded with a smirk as he was headed to the bench. Even so, things didn't get any better for him. With 4 minutes left, he picked up his 6th foul. Curry was furious since he was just going for a steal. He threw his mouth guard and told the refs, "What the f***, man? That's f***ed up. That's some bullshit, man. That's bullshit." Then he apologized to the fan he threw the mouth guard at and told Tyronn Lue, "That's f***ed up." Ayesha Curry came to his defense and tweeted this, "I've lost all respect. Sorry, this is absolutely rigged for money. Or ratings, I'm not sure which. I won't be silent, just saw it live, sorry." The tweet was deleted shortly after, but it was too late. Everyone saved it and it became a huge headline after the game. The Cavaliers ended up forcing a Game 7 with LeBron giving this locker room speech.
When we attack, like I said, when we attack that, they cannot guard us. All right, we play with pace, they cannot guard us.
By the way,
okay?
They mentally and physically, I'm telling you, and it always kind of works out, right? It always works out this way. So 15 is mine. 15 is mine. It always kind of work out that way, right?
Hey, listen. One more, y'all.
One more. Everything that we got, man. Everything.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
As you saw, the confidence was at an all-time high and Game 7 was a movie. Both teams were going at it, especially LeBron and Curry. With 5 minutes left in the second, LeBron got a chase down block on Curry. He even gave him a stare down and Curry got right in his face. Then LeBron asked him, "You mad?" Curry shook his head and LeBron replied, "Alright. For sure, alright." You can tell these two hated each other, and well, Cleveland made history. Not only did they win their first title, but Golden State became the first finals team to blow a 3-1 lead. LeBron had all types of emotions as he finally completed his his goal of giving Cleveland a title. However, just when we thought this rivalry was going to get more exciting, Kevin Durant joined the Warriors. He signed a 2-year, $54 million contract. The Warriors now had 4 All-Stars in Curry, Klay, KD, and Draymond. Cleveland kept most of their depth, but Golden State was too good. In 2017, they faced off in their 3rd consecutive finals. The Warriors dominated in Game 1 with Kevin Durant trash-talking Rihanna. If you didn't know, Rihanna was a big LeBron fan. She was rooting for the Cavs and was trying to get in Durant's head.
18 imposible, último partido en esta serie.
Durant made both free throws and said, "Shut the f*** up." Then, just a few minutes later, he hit a dagger 3 in front of Rihanna. Durant stared her down, implying that you shouldn't trash talk him. The Warriors won by 22 points, and after the game, Durant was asked about this exchange.
Toward the end of the game, you shot a 3, kind of putting the dagger into him, and you looked toward the crowd toward Rihanna. Was that on purpose, or or do you remember that? Or
I don't even remember that.
Well, just to let you know, social media is buzzing about it.
Really?
Yes.
Don't get in that trap. Yeah,
bro.
I don't get in that. I'm cool. Have fun with that.
With that being said, the Warriors also took Game 2. They were looking extremely dominant, and Curry even had some words for LeBron. After getting him with a couple of fakes, Curry made a tough layup and said, "Come on. Come on," basically implying that LeBron needs to play better defense. However, when Game 3 came around, Iman Shumpert tried to get into Curry's head. With the Cavs in the penalty, he decided to play dumb and intentionally foul Curry. Shumpert thought Curry was whining too much and tried to get him out of his game. He said, "All ball, you gotta stop doing that shit. You gotta stop doing that shit." The refs tried to get in the way, but Curry said, "We're just talking." Come on, man. Clearly, Curry wasn't bothered by Shumpert and responded with a 26-point performance. The Warriors took a commanding 3-0 lead. Now, Game 4 was the most intense game of the series. The Cavaliers were clicking on all cylinders, trying to make history again. They scored 49 points in the first quarter and had 86 at the half. However, things got shippy in the 3rd quarter. After Love got called for a foul, Durant said this. Durant thought this should have been a flagrant and even taunted Tyronn Lue. LeBron saw this and defended his coach. He told Durant, "Why are you talking crazy though? Don't talk to my coach again like that, KD." Durant thought it was just friendly chatter and said, "Hey, we're just talking. I ain't talking to nobody crazy. We're just talking. It's basketball. I'm not trying to fight, man." The refs ended up calling a flagrant 1, and after review, LeBron told Durant, "Calm down." However, that wasn't the only heated moment that took place. Just 6 minutes later, Zaza Pachulia and Kyle Korver got tangled up. A jump ball was called and Iman Shumpert tried to get in the action. He stood on top of Pachulia, which resulted in a swing. He also said, "F*** you. You alright, motherfucker?" LeBron was begging the refs for a review, saying he punched him in the ball section. "Look at it. Yes, sir." While the review was going on, Matt Barnes also exchanged words with a fan. It's unclear what initiated it, but the fan got escorted out of the arena. Then Maverick Carter, who is LeBron's business partner, told Durant, "Play ball." Ultimately, double technicals were called on Pachulia and Shumpert. No ejections, but it didn't matter. The Cavs won by 21 points and forced a Game 5. The game was in Oracle and all odds were against Cleveland. Golden State jumped out to a great start, but tensions rose again. After fighting for a rebound, David West and Tristan Thompson got into it. J.R. Smith tried to defend his teammate and push West. He also said, "Shut your bitch ass up," with Draymond telling him to stop 4 times. Then West said, "F*** you" to Tristan Thompson. This resulted in 3 technical fouls, but once again, no ejection. By now, you could tell these teams really hated each other. Refs let them play and it was bad blood every single game. Ultimately, the Warriors ended up winning the 2017 NBA title. Durant won the Finals MVP, and as expected, they faced off again in 2018. This time, the Cavaliers had a much weaker roster, but LeBron was still putting up all-time numbers. Game 1 came and the tension tension was already at an all-time high. A lot of trash talk took place, and it was easily the most heated game that occurred in this rivalry. With a minute left in the second, Draymond poked LeBron's eye on a drive. You can see the bloodshot right here, but Draymond still didn't care. Only a common foul was called, but it woke LeBron up. He couldn't miss right after this and went off for 51 points. He kept Cleveland in the game, leading to the final 4 seconds. George Hill was at the line with the Cavaliers down 1. He made the first one, but nerves kicked in. Hill hit the front of the rim on the second attempt, which led to one of the biggest blunders in NBA history. J.R. Smith ran the ball out and the Cavs didn't get a shot up. The game went into overtime with Smith telling LeBron, "I thought we were up." To make things worse, LeBron asked Tyronn Lue, "We didn't have any timeouts." Lue said yes, with Smith also saying, "We had one." At that point, LeBron was outraged. He put his head down and couldn't believe what just happened. The Cavaliers lost all of the momentum and the Warriors dominated in overtime. However, with a minute left, there was a lot of talk going on. It started with Draymond Green mocking Kendrick Perkins. He started dancing from far away, pretty much implying that he was a cheerleader. Then, with 40 seconds left, LeBron exchanged words with Curry after not dribbling the ball out. Curry was confused and replied, "You couldn't give me that one." LeBron shoved him and said, "Get the f*** out of my face." At that point, LeBron was out of it mentally and Klay Thompson intervened. He pretty much told him to keep playing until the final buzzer, and LeBron responded with, "That ain't basketball." It's not. Klay walked away and things cooled off for about 5 seconds. Right after this, Tristan Thompson got ejected for throwing an elbow at Shaun Livingston. Draymond Green was loving it and said, "Get your bitch ass out of here." Thompson didn't appreciate the taunt and then threw the ball at Draymond's face. An altercation broke out and Thompson told him to meet him outside. Draymond didn't say anything back in the moment and responded to those comments during an interview.
Meet him outside. What's your reaction?
I can't meet him outside of here because I'll still get fined. But I can meet him in the streets any day.
From this point on, these two hated each other. After Game 3 concluded, Draymond said this to Thompson. That's actually a crazy comment to say, but Thompson didn't forget. On July 31st, he approached Draymond in a nightclub and threw a soccer punch. Mind you, this was during a LeBron party, so this took everyone by surprise. There was real beef between those two, but things cooled off. Nothing else ended up taking place here, and they've gotten on better terms over the years. Now, going back to the 2018 finals, the tension resumed in Game 2. Jordan Bell got called for a dead ball foul on LeBron. He couldn't believe that the refs actually called it since it was the finals. Therefore, as LeBron was heading to the bench, Jordan Bell yelled, LeBron didn't say anything back and Iguodala had to cool him down. Then before the quarter concluded, Curry got into it with Perkins. He thought Perkins was purposely trying to trip him since he wasn't even playing. That led to Curry saying, "You ain't playing tonight? What are you doing?" Perkins couldn't come back from that and LeBron came to separate them. Then, to make things worse for Perkins, Curry went 5 for 5 in the third quarter. He couldn't be stopped and led the Warriors to another victory. Ultimately, they swept the Cavaliers, with them becoming back-to-back champions. Sadly, this was the last time these two teams faced off in the finals. In the 2018 offseason, LeBron joined the Lakers and the rest is history. And that pretty much concludes the video. What do you guys think of this rivalry? Which heated moment was your favorite? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.